Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Um, so, a couple things we're going to try to accomplish today. I kind of want to take a little bit of time right before we dive into the game development stuff to organize my work a little bit. Going to do a little bit of a agile kind of thing if you're familiar with that concept. I'll explain it. And then we will dive right into the stuff we want to work on today. So there are a few like issues that once we ported the new model into the game, we gotta clean up. Most notably, her jacket is not good. Um, and then what we'll do is we'll kind of identify some work that we can do kind of for the next month or so. So let's talk about this. So this is Trello. Trello is a work management app where you can basically create units of work called cards, and you can specify kind of like what needs to get done, and then you can move them across the lanes to specify the status of the card. It just makes project management a little bit easier. Why am I bringing this up is because I want to identify some work and I want to try to organize and prioritize some stuff that we can do on stream. So I think one of the things that was lacking previously was just that I kind of just did things kind of willy-nilly. Um, and part of that was just kind of due to my state at the time. But I do want to give this a try and see if this will help. And I also kind of just want to take some time to explain this agile process. As a software engineer, we use this all the time in my day job, so I think it would be kind of neat to explain this. This might be helpful too for those of you who are also making games and want to manage your work a little bit. So, we'll try not to take too long though. Basically, there are basically two schools of thought when it comes to the agile methodology. There's the Scrum, which is you plan work for a fixed period of time and then you iterate on that work. And then once you reach that end of that fixed period of time, which is called a sprint, you then reevaluate what you got done and what kind of things you need to do. There's another school of thought called Kanban, and Kanban is not really based on a fixed period of time, but just on a continuous flow of work. Kanban excels for maintenance type things where like you've already shipped software, but like you got new features and bugs you got to fix and stuff like that. Scrum is great for projects in their infancy and early stages where you still haven't really shipped a product yet. My plan is to kind of run this more like Scrum. So what we're going to do is say, okay, our sprint is going to be a month long. So I'm going to say, I'm not sure you can see it with my face here, but we're going to start our sprint basically now, and then end of our sprint will be the end of March. So this is going to be a little bit longer than a month, but basically we're going to say March 30th is kind of like when our sprint will end. And say, so what this does is effectively lets me plan what I want to get done in the next month or so. So what I did here is I created a board specifically for my game. So this has nothing to do with YouTube. And what I'm going to do is identify some stuff that we can get done in a month's time. So first thing we want to do is play the game and kind of identify issues with it currently. Then we go from there. Also, I did see, thank you for jumping on, Trevor Does Everything. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about the the sprite tutorial. Okay. Yeah, so I did actually install 4.4 release candidate 1. So we get to try this new game feature too. This is kind of like how Unity does it. I actually kind of looking forward to this. All right. Game embedding, well, all right. Okay. Basically what it's saying is go to, I gotta go project settings. Window, here we go. I'm gonna do windowed. Yeah, and that should fix it. And then, wait, but it's still in a window though. This is not exactly what I want. I want to dock this. But this does give me, what's kind of cool is that I can see, it should give me the ability to see stuff as I'm working on it. Okay, so initially, well, there's still a number of features we still have to add to the game, but one of the first things I want to do is, you can see here, oh, here we go. We're going to fix the jacket here, so this is kind of going to be a bit more, I think what we're going to do is just kind of clean up the core animation. So we're going to make that a unit of work here. So say, add a card, we'll call it clean up base animations on new character model. And then the way I do this is you can kind of type in more work here. Since I'm working solo, I kind of know what I'm already doing. But typically what you would do is you would put some stuff in here to explain what the story is about. In more formal teams, you would use things called like acceptance criteria, which is like, okay, what makes this considered done? So like if somebody were just to open a ticket without any context, they could read it and be like, okay, well, that's what it means to be done. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to just say leave this, and I'm going to label it. So this is a bug. And this is related to the, I mean, I guess art animation. I could label all these here. And what I did is I just did these labels so I could organize them. And then that way, later, timer, I think it was, which one was it? Yeah, it's this one. And then we have, where'd it go? I have some ways to kind of track how long it takes me to do stuff. Usually here I just estimate it. Like I could start the stopwatch, but there's no guarantee I'm actually going to be at my desk the whole time it's running. So usually I just kind of estimate and be like, oh, it took like 3 hours. All right. This is just so I could go later and say like, okay, this is about how much time I spent on stuff. And I can use it to estimate work later. But what I'm going to do is we're going to use this dates here, and we're going to say, you know, I don't have really all the features here because I'm using the free version, but I'm just going to assign everything to March 30th, and that's when we'll kind of treat it as a sprint there. And then I don't care about the time. That's fine. I can just say that. So now it just says March 30th. Okay. And then what we're going to do is identify some work here. Another thing that typically happens in sprints is we talk about points. Points is just like how long do we think this work will take. I'm not going to bother with that right now, but I'm just going to kind of go off We can start integrating that later if we feel like it's important enough, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I want to kind of identify a few things we're going to work on. So first is this base animations. So we're going to clean that up. We're going to work on that today. There's some stuff in the backlog we also could do. So this one right here, the heal art. It's not very specific, but basically, I'll show what that means. But basically, in the game, you can see that she has, you know, some attacks mapped here. So like there's the arrow spray, which is this one. And then there's also shine, which is just like a kind of like a magical attack. And it's also very bare bones. But I want to also implement the ability to heal. So what we can do is like set the character's HP to like something below 100, and then we could press the heal button and basically see that I could target an ally and heal their health. So that's what we're going to try to do at some point. This one, yeah, we're going to add this here. This is in the engine. We can just reuse an existing animation. I don't think I have to worry about the animation right now. But yeah, let me put this for March 30th as well. Some of this stuff is just backlog stuff that I didn't really go through. Wait for attack to finish before switching characters. Might be something I can do too. Let me see. I need to refactor the art player controller dependency system before I want to do this. Okay, well, that's fine. Anyway, I think for that, let's see. Wait for attack to finish for switching characters. I think the idea here, let me see, what's my character swap button? That's it. Okay, yeah, see, that is a bug. So if I click the attack button, I could just swap to another character and just start firing. So it's actually not quite as straightforward as a fix. We had to kind of do some signaling stuff to make that work. But I could add that here. Let's see, what else can we do? Sample weapon effects to the game. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's like weapon logic. Let's hold off on that for a little bit. We'll do enemy status UI during target switching. So let me explain that one as well. So what you can do is when you're kind of controlling a character, you can target the enemy you want to target. What I want to do is I want to give the player information about the enemy besides their health and their energy pool. So we could say like what this enemy is, what kind of things they do, like what their health, their max health is. Try to provide a little more information on the enemy. We're going to have to do a little bit of design work to kind of determine what kind of things I want to show. But yeah, basically when this screen shows up, I want to show some more information. So that's something we could probably put here. More enemy stats and info. So this will probably be, we'll probably find that we're missing some stuff. That's okay. Let me do design here too. Put this. And the goal is not necessarily get all the work done in the sprint. Like, I mean, that's kind of what we want to do, but a lot of it is also just kind of adjusting. So we see what we got done, how long it took, what kind of issues came up. And that's kind of where we're going with it. So, all right, so that's 4 things. What else do we want to do? So, a couple of Godot RC1 things I want to mess with. I want to pull up the Godot. I want to actually pull up the documentation. Godot 4.4 RC1. I wanted to see if they had the okay, this is not exactly the right article, but middle rendering backend. Okay, so low level graphics API. Okay, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. Physics interpolation, that's nice to have. It doesn't really affect me here. Bicubic sampling. I'm gonna have to do some work at some point to try to prettyify the game more. So maybe this will be important at some point, but I'm gonna have to actually kind of like reach out to communities and be like, how can I make the lighting look better, stuff like that, because I'm still not exactly sure how to do that. Texture compressor, some more optimization stuff, that's good. Okay, so a lot of stuff that's just like, they did the UID thing, so the just a way to kind of identify unique resources and reference them. When I booted up RC1, it actually did all that stuff. So far it seems to be working at the moment, but we'll have to see. I do expect Godot to crash quite a bit, so we'll have to just kind of see how that works. Fog, visual layers. The one I want to mess with primarily, though, is I've heard that there is, let me see if I can pull it up. I heard that there is a way to, I think it's SpringBoneSimulator3D. SpringBone collision plane capsule. Okay. This is the one I want to mess with. Settings, add element, root mode name. So if I did like, yeah, we'll mess with this too. I hope there's documentation on this, is all I'm saying. But I want to mess with Springbone Simulator. I think it's a way to replace the Jigglebone add-on. Kind of have to see how well it works though before we kind of go and do that. But I'm going to add some work to do that. Test SpringBoneSimulator3D in Godot 4.4. So we're going to talk about that. And then this is going to be March 30th. Okay. So how's this look? So clean up the animations and the Springbone stuff. So yeah, so let's say that's like these 5 tickets. This is probably a good starting point. I don't know if we really want to add too much more right now, but we're going to go ahead and start messing with these base animations. Actually, there is one more thing I want to do. I want to do clean up tune shader and clean up tune shader on model and engine. I'll explain that one too. Labels. Okay, cool. Um, yep. And I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked, but I did see you join. Thank you, Chris Blue. Moved from beta 4 to RC1. It crashed the first time. Yep. I'm expecting crashes. It's just the way it's just the way things are. Um, all right, so yeah, I gotta put the due date on this too. All right, so as far as Agile goes at this point, I'm just gonna pull in one of these tickets. Let's do the base animations first. It's so basically, yeah, I just want to go and clean up. I guess I'll just go ahead and hit the timer here. We can round down whatever. But there, we did some work last stream to reapply the mixed amount animations to our new character model. So I want to import those. The animations that were here already did work okay, but you can see there's some issues with the fingers and stuff like that. So it's not super clean. Gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have to go in Blender and import those animations. So the way it organized it here is there's this general. You don't see anything here. There's supposed to just be an armature with basically no model because all we're doing is importing these animations. So what I'm going to do is open up and try to re-import those animations. Did I didn't save them actually to didn't save them to I don't know if I need to. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, so what I did here was we made the character model in a separate file, but I have this general animation file. And what's going to do is have all the animations here that we just sort of like locomotion kind of stuff. Stuff that like we could share across characters pretty easily. The drink my beep is here. So the reason for this is that when I make changes to the model, I could just export the model without the animations because it takes longer to export the animations. And I could just kind of separate those and keep them kind of more logically separate in Blender. So I like that. Yeah, so if I click these, you can see like that's horrifying. What happened here? Let me see what's going on. Okay. Okay, you know what? I think I might know what's happening here. These tweak bones on the arms. No, it's not those. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the stuff just kind of like it looked fine when I did it earlier. I guess not. What's going on here? I'm wondering if something got screwed up with the weight paints. I'm going to not worry about it right now because it does look like the bones are in the right position. If it ends up looking weird in the game engine, we could fix it there. But basically what I'm going to do is I can hide the model, just select everything here. And then we're going to export it. All right. So the way this will work is I got this animations folder in my game here. Me as a bookmark. So I'm going to also make a preset here. So it's just going to be, yeah, visible. What I want to do is intentionally hide the model when I'm exporting the animation because I don't need it there. I only need the rig. We don't need to worry about that. Don't need modifiers. Materials. Don't need materials. Shape keys don't really apply here. Decimation bones. This looks okay. Lighting. And we're going to do actions. Rests and ranges. I think I'm just going to leave everything as is here. I'm going to create I'm just going to call this an animation. We'll use that as a preset, and we're going to export it over general. Takes a minute. We just have to see what happens here. Tricky. All right. All right. Okay, it's done. Okay, so now it's imported. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. Okay, see, default idle jog walker, good. Let's go to character, take a look at what happened here. So let's go ahead and go to animation player. Yeah, something's a little goofed. But you can see that the animations did seem to... Okay, yeah, definitely something got messed up here. I have to see if the weight paints or something got messy. Another thing I like to do usually go skeleton here and just say reset all bones, and then we can go back and take a look. Okay, so it looks like the issue with the arm persists. So I'll have to fix that. It's like really only the arms. Okay. Let's just go back to default here. Leading game. Okay. The tech animations work okay. The locomotion does not. Um, all right. That being said, I have an animation tree here and I have to update this. So I'm wondering if they just kind of got animation. So there's the stop. We don't have that anymore. Idle walk. Let's look at idle walk here. This is idle, jog, run. Okay, yes, I'm just a little messed up here. There is a parent scene. I gotta take a look at this. It's under scenes here, battle core. Yeah, it's just a parent scene. Animation player. That's fine. Animation tree. Okay. It's a little bit hard to see what's going on, but yeah. General jog, general run, general idle. Okay, so that's all good. Don't really need that. Transition move stop. I'll remove that. This could go here. Save that. Okay, so it's a little broken. Yeah, the way I had this set up's a little broken. Let's see. General run. I do not have a run animation. Maybe that's why it's broken. Let me go back here. Yeah. Animation tree. Yeah, there is no current attack. I don't think we have to worry about that. There is. Alright, I want to see. General jog, run. So I think I want idle, walk, and I want jog here. Okay, so that should hopefully help fix that a little bit. There we go. Now we're seeing a little bit of something. Okay, yeah, see, it's like terrifying still, but at least it's kind of working. Still terrifying. Alright, animation tree, what we got? Let's see. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. Here. It's going to give me a warning, so it's fine now. This is at point 1. This is at point 2, I think. I actually want to make this go over to jog here. I can kill this one. Delete that. Make this 1. There we go. 1. There we go. Because I don't really need that sprint right now. I actually don't even have it, so it should be fine. Let's go back here. We can see, should be able to test this now. Okay, now it's broken again. Let me see why. General jog. General idle. No, alright. Yeah, got a little bit of little problems here. Yeah, I'd like to use it inside the editor. That's weird. Press play to play the game. Because then what happens is it does this. Doesn't embed it. Alright, I still got some T-posing going here. Alright. I got a little bit of, figure out why it's broken here. Let's see. Got to think about this for a sec. You know, wonder if it's just the issues with the way I set this up here. So what I wanted to do was make a super classic player battle, and then that way anything that's shared is here. It's just a little bit hard to manage the animations when there's no animations you can see here. Animation player. Yeah, actually, let me go to the animation player here. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to reload this. Okay. General, yeah, I couldn't resolve track. That's not a big deal. The animation player. It's a little bit broken. I'm going to reload the general library in here. Load it. Should come in. Yeah, it's just going a little slow right now. Okay, so that's in. Let's go to the tree. Okay, animation tree. You know, I'm going to close the editor. It's going a little laggy right now. I'll bring it back up. Okay, so we go to the tree. Walk. General jog, yep, that's correct. This one should be idle. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, let's go back. Okay, yeah, let me look at the output. Couldn't resolve track. Yeah, that's in the player battle. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get a player here. Animation tree. So I gotta figure out why this is broken. I think if I play the game, I should be able to see some errors here. Create track num, do track cache for animation. As animation is true, as animation is true. Okay, that is fine. Animation track. It's not clear what's going on here. So she has the animation player, which is fine. Alright, gotta think about what's going on here. Get a little comfortable here. So I guess to explain what's going on is my animations are not showing up now. So yeah, if you see the game, she T-poses. The attacks actually aren't even working anymore. Cool. Alright, we broke things. Let's go. So one of the issues is that I made this superclass player battle, which I do want because this is just going to have everything that like every character is going to have. And I included this animation tree and this animation player here. I'm wondering if this is a bad idea. Because it does throw a whole bunch of errors. Let me... Wait, one more thing let me try. Animation player here, go to... So the animations do work, even though they do look freaky. Another thing I gotta do here is I need to go to the import settings on the library, change this to 60. I think that will... Still actually kind of slow. Okay. So I just have to kind of figure out what I'm doing here. I wonder if I want to move that out of the player battle, because it is throwing a ton of errors or warnings, because it's trying to map it to an armature that basically doesn't exist. So what I'm going to do, in the short term, I think I'm just going to take these out of here, and we'll see if I can get the work. Copy. Actually, maybe I can make this okay, what I want to do is because this is just going like really slow. Yeah, I did this originally to try to make it so that like all the core animations like the locomotion could all just be used across characters. Also make sure that they actually had an animation tree so that like when I run the game it doesn't break. But I'm gonna have to remove these here, I think. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste them in here. Here we go. That way we have a backup, and I can remove. This is supposed to have animation tree has a signal on the animation finished. Just to make sure that is, yeah, that's on the player battle script. Okay, so I think I can still hook that up. want to delete these. Delete, here we go. Save that. Now, should go right there. I can rename these. Okay, yeah, so it looks like there's a whole bunch of animation tree should have a animation finished on the, yep, on here. That should be connected. Okay, cool. Animation player. Says it couldn't resolve track, so I guess there's some issues there. Armature skeleton. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I know what's going on here. So yeah, this should be a root node here. I'm going to change the root node to this. Tree. Yeah, here we go. If we look at the, it's still broken, but that's fine. Jog. Okay, there's a tree. Can we use it now? No, it's still a little bit broken. Animation not found, general idle or general jog. Okay, you know what? The animation player should be this one. Okay. Now I think something's working here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll have to play around with this at some point. See if she at least animates now. Okay, she does. Also, the speed of the animation is not correct, so I gotta get that fixed too. Okay, but that's improvement. So let's go back to Blender here. I have to change the scene FPS to 60. Okay. Export. See if this will at least fix the speed of the animation. The rig's a different story. But hopefully this actually kind of fixes the animation speed here. This takes a minute to export, so let it do its thing. Alright, cool. Alright. See if that changed anything. Okay, that looks better. And her jacket's actually not broken now, so that's good too. It looks like her thighs intersect with her shorts, though. Okay. Let me see if I can address the odd arm rig here, though. But this is good. We're getting somewhere. Save this. Open up the model itself. so this one actually looks okay. Let me let me see what happened here. I'll mark this as fake user. What I'm gonna do is append the animations from oops. Take a look and see what happened. So this looks okay here. Let me, I think something got a little bit messed up then. Let's see what we can do. So that works okay. This one works okay too. How about the jog? That also works okay. So I think something got a little messed up in the copy file. So yeah, we'll just we'll do this for now. Save this here. Go to here. Remove all these. So now we should just have default. Here, I'll actually, you know what? I'll do it this way. I'll actually delete that too. Why won't you let me delete you? Crap. Alright. Alright. Delete hierarchy. There we go. Let me do link it again. Object, armature model, here we go. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is library override. That's everything. Let's see, we got this. Let me go ahead and do pens, try to pen the new animations. See, like now it looks okay. Let's get the default here. Now let me see if it broke. No, it looks okay now. Jog. And walk. Okay. Default. If I hide this, I'm not exactly sure what happens, but let's go ahead and try exporting this. Also today. Okay. Let's go here. Oop, not you. Okay, a little better. This can be fixed. Let's go here, reset bones. We should be good. So let's see how this looks now. Okay, there we go. This is working. Beautiful. There are some problems with the rig, with the shirt blending in with the jacket, but that's okay. Let's see that this is working now, though, which is good. Looks like there's actually some artifacts on the jacket too. Not so much on this as with the yeah, animation's a little bit stiff. But I think it's just kind of how it came in. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, so I could see that on the bow animations, the jacket gets a little bit crunched. See if I can fix that too. But this is good so far. Let's go ahead and let's do this. So I'm going to do check in the code. I just do it this way. So we have. Oh yeah, because it redid all the import files. That's fine. Yeah, see, yeah, we have to import. We have to. The UID files have to be checked in the version control. So we're going to add all those. Converted to Godot 4.4. And then we're going to say re-imported general animations. And I want to commit this code because I don't want to break stuff. So if I do the bow animations now, we gotta save general here. The model here. Let's go ahead and look at the bow animations. So I'm gonna go to yeah. I think this one's actually a bit out of date. I kind of just imported the animations and they kind of just mostly worked. Okay, yeah, see, it's the old model. So what I'd like to do, see how this looks with what happens if I remove you? Delete hierarchy, right? And I append. Oops. No, why did it do all the widgets? No. No, wait, I got a link. That's why. There we go. Then I can do the library override. Let's see what happens now if I do. Yeah, see, it's a little bit. So there's a weapon R, pose bones. Should have a. Okay, so I think it's showing everything that doesn't exist. So if we look at this basic, it's a little bit of, and I also have the bow here we could test it with too. Should be okay, so there's a weapon LR it's showing here. I think the old model might have had the weapon L and the weapon R bone on the rig, which honestly I think makes sense if it's there. Let me see something. Okay, so I did have a version of this checked in, so I'm not worried about messing with it. Okay, let me go back to the model here. For a sec. So if we go to the rig, you can see that there's this palm bone, which I don't really know what the point of that is. So what I want to do is I want to go back to the meta rig here for a sec. We look at this hand, should be a rigify type on some of these. So that's a finger, that's a super palm. I think what I want to do is, so this is a super copy on the weapon L, but this one I do actually want to have a control for. We can make it a, I think that's fine, right? And I'm going to do some tries. Actually, no, I'll just do it this way. Control, there we go. If I generate the rig again. So yeah, we got, so if you see here, We have the weapon. Okay, but it does it like that. I'm not sure I like that control type. Let's go ahead and play with it a little bit. Weapon L. Yeah, I'm gonna do circle. Let's do this one, diamond. Let's try that. Same thing here. Okay, generate the rig again. What does that look like this time? And actually didn't change anything. That's fine. At least I could see it on the control now. Let me try one more thing. Weapon, widget, just do circle. Let's make it circle. Weapon, circle. Okay. Generate rig. Yeah, it for some reason just didn't really respect that. That's okay. Post mode. I gotta game friendly it now again. Should see stuff still works. Okay, cool. Let's go and look here. See if she now has a control for the weapon. She does. Here it is. It showed up differently here. Okay, that's fine. Weapon L, but it's good. It's here, so that's good to see. So bow 1. Yeah, these scarf ones we don't need at all, so I can just take that out. Bow 2, hair, scarf, whatever. Okay, yeah, I think I just eat them. Yeah, that's good. 3, yep. Aerospray. Yeah, we don't need this. We don't need that. Okay, I think this is the old one. Yeah. Okay. So if I go here, go to pose mode, right? This here should have a bone constraint. The copy transforms to here. There we go. Now we should be able to see. Just kind of see where the orientation of the bow is. There we go. Okay, so let's try hiding this. Let's try exporting all of these again. Do animation. This one, I believe. take a minute. Alright. Let's see if that looks okay. Okay, so her finger is messed up still. But I don't think her jacket's messed up here, which is good. Not exactly sure what happened to the finger. Maybe if I... There we go. No, it's still... That's okay. Cool. Yeah, there's some just stuff that kind of came here. That's fine. Let's go back to the tree. There we go. So yeah, the jacket's got a little bit of something there. But it seems like the animations are working okay. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Cool. Well, let's think now. All right. Yeah, let's reload this real quick. Sure, that's still cool. Bow arts. Yeah, I think everything good. Yeah, I think these should be updated. Okay. Sweet. Okay, there we go. That's how that embeds the game. Cool. Now if I do this, it lets me select. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright, cool. And I can see kind of things here. I can like select her. We go. Yeah, so I did this and I hit her and I get an input. Okay, that's neat. This is pretty awesome. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is what we want to do. Also, kind of shows that the UI is also scaling properly too, which I like. Okay. Well, there we go. Let's try that now. Okay. Yeah, scaling this while playing does seem to have a little bit of trouble. That's fine. Cool. Alright, yeah, there's still like a little bit of like clipping on the jacket, but I think I'm just gonna be pulling a needle out of a haystack trying to fix that right now, so I'm not gonna bother. Okay, but I do like, this is cool. This is really cool. Right. Okay, so not too shabby. Alright. Boop. So cool. We cleaned up the base animations. This looks pretty good. Then here's what I'm gonna do. So the little problems with some of them, but it's better than it was. So I'm happy with it for now. Let's say, yeah, let's check in the code too. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, to get ignore. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna do, yeah, this stuff. Okay, do I not have, yeah, let's add that. Shadow, let's see. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I want the base. Okay, now we don't want that base file. Okay. I want the base PNG file, which looks like it's already there. Can move. I could put all the ref files in here. That's fine. Okay. Converted animations to new model. I'm just gonna commit that. Yeah. I know Git's not really built for large files, like blend files, but that's whatever. For a project that I'm doing myself right now, I'm not worried about it. I know people use like Perforce and stuff. I've never really messed with that before. Alright, now let's commit this. Okay. Converted. All right. What time we have? Okay, we got like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Let's committed the code. Let me go ahead and, so I do have, it's not here, but I need GitHub. Yeah, GitHub, here we go. Add. And I gotta sign into GitHub here. Attach. I like to do it this way. Or convert to yep. I'm just gonna add my repo assets. Whoops. There we go. Now I got all my documentation on my ticket, and I can move it to done. completed. Yep. I should probably do, when a card is added to the list, I want to mark add card, copy card, add label, join card. Yes, okay, that should work now. Okay, so now let's mess with the SpringBone simulator. So how do we want to do this? Close this for a sec. So I'm wondering if it would be worth, I think we could leave the jiggle bones on the existing parts for now. Maybe I'll add the spring bones to the jacket and see if that works. So if we go here, spring bone. Okay, let's mess with this. Okay, SpringBoneSimulator. Root bone. Okay. Let's take a look at jackets. I guess we'll do jacket L and jacket jacket L. Okay, yeah, that doesn't really help a whole lot. Okay. Okay, so the way I had set this up is I probably should have named these slightly better for this, but I don't know what that means. And bone radius, stiffness. Okay, so what's kind of nice about this is that I don't have to make a million instances of it. Let's go ahead and see, does it do anything currently? Let me find the, let's see. Oh wow. Thank you for the donation. That was really generous of you. Really appreciate it. So that's awesome. Yeah, let me know if you got any questions about anything. We're just kind of messing around here. Trying to see if I can get the spring bones, the new feature working here. All right. Godot, spring bone. Okay. Just trying to find this was, wanted to see if I could find some documentation on this. just bring the, so you can see what I'm doing. Dev 6. Yeah, let me see if I can find in-game editing. Yeah, this is a very cool feature. Is collision detection. Now, Dev 4, let's try Dev 6. Preview and inspector. Oh, nice. Collision shape debug color customization. That might be useful. Replace internal CSG implementation with manifold library. Interesting. Runtime wave file loading. Extend curve to allow for domains. Oh, cool. APIs create dispose temporary files. Okay, that's cool. No, okay. Alright. Animation. What do we got? Here we go. Here is markers. Markers allow you to create sub-regions of an animation that can be jumped to or looped without playing the entire animation. I'll zoom this in a little bit, you can see it better. Functionality is even supported inside animation tree. Look at modifier to handle 3D model procedural animation. Okay. Angle limitations, forward axis settings, and specialized for making a 3D character model look in the target direction. Okay, so this will be useful later on. I think eventually I'd like to integrate an animation where the character's head can turn, kind of look at the enemy. You know how they do in some games. But that's going to be for another time, I think. The animation team added a SpringBoneSimulator. SpringBone is an open source cross-platform module that is distributed by the VRM Consortium under annotated license. It has been available in Godot as an add-on. So is this not the Jigglebone add-on? Oh yeah, VRM. Nice. For like VTubers and stuff. Oh, cool. Some difficulties in stability and complex setup do. Refined it based on the skeleton modifier 3D, some improvements by leaning on existing core functionality. Okay. So yeah, since this is kind of hot off the press, I think we're not going to have a whole lot of documentation on it. So I think we're just going to have to... You'll jiggly bone change the work requires by existing go. Yep, swing. Okay. Okay, so okay, here we go. This is how they set up the chain. So ball 1, ball 2, and then you could just kind of do some stuff. Can I preview it in the editor? It looks like I might be able to. All right. If it sets specific if sets a specific action, it acts like a hinge joint. Okay. And then there are colliders, which will be super useful. So I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time, I think, researching this a little bit. So one thing that's clear here is that jacket L, so if I do something like this, nope. I mean, I gotta move the model. Here. Okay. Yeah, those are the original jiggle bones. It might be interesting to do a performance test on this as well. Gonna have to might have to come back and research this a little bit this week. All right. Let me pull the model real quick. Go to, yeah, it's fine. Format. Oops. So this is jacket 8 for 12. Okay, so these kind of get all over the place. So I might want to try to update the naming convention at some point. Yeah. Oh, wow. Thanks for the donations. That's very generous of you. I really appreciate it. Um, that's awesome. Um, so yeah, that's just checking out the game stuff. Yeah, thank you. I think I'm gonna be at this for quite some time. But I think try to sort out mental issues for a little while. So I'm not quite exactly where I want to be, but um, I think as long as I just continue to chip away at things, we might be able to make some good progress. So hoping to come up with something good in the future. Um, really appreciate it. Um, okay, so jacket it ends at 12. So let's just take that. Look at our stuff here. This jacket, and I need jacket 12. There we go. Oh, it shows it. That's cool. And actually, it does seem to have an effect. So if I go here, yeah, see, I can see it flapping now. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. It's very stiff though. Gonna have to play around with that. Okay. All right. Um, so it looks like we might have to do some. I was gonna say. All right, so I think to make our lives easier, we'll have to rename those jacket bones. I just don't know how much that's going to screw around with the rig. Do I want to do that now? No, I don't want to do that now. Let's try to identify with what we got. So this one's going to be jacket 1 to jacket 13. So let's get that. I think they might actually be organized already. And I can hide this for a sec. Let's see, and I can add another element. Stiffness, drag, joints. Oh yeah, see, it auto generates the joints. Okay, so let's do jacket L 1, and then yeah, see, I could they're grouped. I can make it work. Jacket 13, and then yeah, you can see that one's there. Then we're gonna do jacket 2 to 14. I'll go back and clean these up later, but this does at least let me get this working here. Yeah, I think I'd also like to do a performance test, so I should probably save the Jigglebone one and make a separate one. We'll get the jacket one first, though. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna get a little messy real quick, but what is that jacket? Eh. Jacket 14 is where we left off. Okay, so I want to do, it's probably jacket 3. Yep, okay, see, this is the last group on the left side. 15, okay. Okay, so now we have all that. Wish I could kind of collapse these a bit more, but let me do jacket R. Jacket R to 12, looks like. And now we gotta do, oh, okay, put a new page for me. That works. R1 to 13. Jacket 2 to 14. And then jacket 3 to 15. Okay, so now if I move the model, oops. The jacket really does flop now, so that's nice. Yeah, it's way too stiff, but this is cool though. Isn't that awesome? All right, move it back. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Okay, yes, it's actually like going crazy. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to reduce the stiffness here. But yeah, you can see the jacket moving while she's doing stuff. That's really cool. Okay. So one thing that's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt is trying to edit all these. Let's see if I can, what we got? Start with the first one. So radius, damping curve, stiffness. Change anything? No. I think drag. Let's make it 0.25. See if that changes anything. Oh yeah, that definitely. Okay, cool. That's what we want to do then. Let's set that on all of them. Stiffness to 0.25. So we got a little bit of work to do here. I can organize them. That's cool. Wish I could collapse them though. All right, stiffness 0.25, 0.5, 0.25. I might want to script this at some point. As much as I like using the user interface to configure stuff, with this many bones, it might be better to configure this. Alright, let's try it now. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so there's still some trouble with when I'm moving. That's a challenge. Like, it looks good here. Not so good when she's walking, though. I'm wondering why that is. I do like the, I do kind of like how it works, though. It's pretty neat. I could probably even, I could probably even tweak it even lower, or maybe add more drag to it. You can see that it goes really far up. I wonder if gravity, I want to introduce gravity to it. Let's look at the first node here. I think for performance reasons, I want to keep them all in under this one. But I think it is going to just be, what do I do? But I do think for organization purposes, I think I'd like to make multiple Spring simulators and just like have them that way, because this gets crazy real quick. Can I copy them? Probably. Okay, what's individual config mean? No, I don't think I want that. Radius. Alright, drag. Let's change the drag. Just for giggles here, let's just set it to 1. See what that looks like. The one goes crazy, no, the other one not so much. Yeah, it's a little slow, I think. Okay. Let's put it at 0.6, maybe? I can do a damping curve too. Okay, it does have gravity already enabled. Gravity, but I can, yeah, let me try to set the gravity on them too. Oops. See if it does anything. And drag, let's put this 0.6. Okay, so you can kind of see, kind of has a little bit of effect. Let me try doing it to all of them. Alright, that means I gotta do gravity to 1 here, stiffness drag to 0.6. One. That's the next. Not that one. 6. Okay, so now the jack is pointing straight down, so obviously it collides with the everything, but that's fine. Yeah, it's still a little bit glitchy with the walk animation. Yeah, like, I don't think gravity is what we want here. Okay, yeah, I'll have to play with this some more. Let me turn the gravity off on these. Okay, cool. Yep, still got issues with the movement. But yeah, the in-place animations look pretty good. Naturally, I'll have to do I'll have to do some what did I say? Some tweaking to it though. Yeah, I'll have to see if that's like a bug or if there's just something not really quite right with the way like it goes with moving. Also, I do have to try to make it so that our jacket doesn't like go that high up. Yeah, I wonder how this will work with the hair and the other elements too. Make it interesting with the skirt. Okay. All right. This is very cool though, and I think this is definitely an improvement over using the jiggle bones. Still gotta mess with the collisions, and I have to kind of see if there's anything I'm missing there with the movement. Hello there. Thanks for joining the stream. So, yeah, it's just here messing around with some of the new Godot features, most notably the SpringBone simulator. Seeing if it's a good replacement for the jiggle bones that we currently have. So I did put it together on the jacket here, and it has some issues, but it's promising. I think we have to kind of figure out how to configure this. Oh. Okay, I wonder what that does. Does that do anything? Will it change anything with the animation? Not particularly. I think that's for collisions. Rig, damping curve, stiffness, drag, gravity, and joints. It gives you all the joints. Okay. Let you edit them individually if you wanted to, which is cool. You can exclude collisions. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to do some research here on this stuff. But this is very cool. We'll have to tweak the values too. Let me try adding, what else can I add? Maybe to the scarf. We could test it on something else here. Okay, yeah, so this is cool. Yeah, this goes up here. This will be settings. Let's add scarf. Scarf L to L2, and then radius. I mean, the radius is already pretty good, but I can increase it. There we go. Stiffness. This one won't be too stiff. Drag. Alright. Gravity. Do we want gravity on this? It does kind of get goofy. I think some of these might also just be issues with the weight painting. Let's see. We'll mess with the gravity on the scarf. And then I got to add another one. Scarf R. Here we go. Same thing here. I do stiffness at just 0.4. And then we'll do gravity as well and see kind of how this looks. Yeah, I think that's an issue with the weight paint. Okay, yeah, same problem. There's a little bit of a jitter with the scarf, but it actually doesn't look as bad. It looks actually kind of nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of a jitter. We'll have to see. Okay. I feel like it works pretty well for the scarf. Got a little issues with the jacket though. I might also just have to add more bones to the jacket because it is kind of on the lower half. I think it should probably go a little bit above the belt. I wonder if the skirt's even gonna work. So, okay. To start though, I do kind of like where this is going. We just have to make it work. Yeah, it's definitely promising. And then I can use the collisions to make the scarf rest better. Okay, cool. So what we got? I think this is a pretty good stopping place for the stream for today. I think I will want to take some of this offline and see if I can figure out a little bit more with this Springbone simulator, because it is really cool. Notably, we have the issue with the jacket part. I think part of it's also just going to be the weight paints are going to be a little. I gotta update the weight paints. I think I also want to update the bone hierarchy to make it a little bit more clear, like which ones are which, and it should make it a bit easier to manage. So that's kind of where we're going to end it today. Thank you all for hopping on, and thank you for the donations as well. That was awesome. So hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week when we stream again. So it should be the same time. So thanks everyone.